Tonight, there is a pause in the civil war between Colorado Republicans. A judge has stepped in to stop a meeting tomorrow where GOP State Chairman Dave Williams was likely to get voted out by his fellow Republicans. The temporary restraining order just delays the inevitable confrontation between the ultra-Trumpist wing of the party led by the state chairman and the Republicans who say that kind of ideology in our state is, as Donald Trump would say, a loser. That is one of just several developments today in the effort to remove the state chairman from leadership. Fridays are for soap opera cliffhangers. Our Marshall Zellinger details quite a few ins and outs as the Colorado GOP turns.
An Arapahoe County judge has delayed the Republican-on-Republican effort to oust party chairman Dave Williams. Williams went to court and was granted a temporary restraining order preventing Saturday's meeting from happening that could possibly remove him as party chair. That meeting was put on hold on the same day 6 Republicans running for Congress in Colorado called on Williams to resign. Congresswoman Lauren Boebert did not call for his resignation, but in a social media post wrote, quote, "This isn't about competing policies or ideologies. This is about a failure from Chairman Williams to lead after our primary election." Saturday's meeting to try to remove Williams was called for by El Paso County GOP Vice Chair Todd Watkins. If that vote took place and succeeded, 4 people were ready to replace Williams: state lawmaker Richard Holtorf, former U.S. Senate candidate Eli Bremer, former Routt County Treasurer Britta Horn, and Douglas County GOP Chairman Stephen Peck. In issuing the temporary restraining order preventing that meeting, the judge said Williams, quote, demonstrated a reasonable probability of success in having the court determine that Watkins had no authority calling Saturday's meeting. Watkins had submitted 112 signatures last month, saying he had enough internal support to call a meeting to remove Williams. Submitting those signatures started a clock for a meeting to take place. That's why Republicans met last week in a shady place under a bridge in Bayfield in far southwest Colorado. That meeting was to check the box saying, "We held a meeting," and was quickly adjourned. The next official meeting of the Colorado GOP is August 31st. However, Saturday's meeting could still happen. The judge said a $1,000 bond must be paid in order for the temporary restraining order preventing the meeting to be in effect. That bond has not yet been paid. I spoke with Todd Watkins, who still plans to hold that meeting tomorrow. I asked him, well, aren't you at risk of violating a temporary restraining order should that bond be paid? And he joked, can they stop us from roasting marshmallows together? So ultimately, if he finds out that the bond hasn't been paid and the restraining order is not enforceable, they're going to go ahead with the vote, although maybe people will be scared away from showing up and they won't have enough people. There's so much more drama that's going to happen on a special weekend edition of the soap opera.
So to kind of like take a step back, this reminds me of like the scene when the car careens off the cliff but hits a tree on the way down. It slows down the process, but what's going to happen is likely to eventually happen.
Yeah, that's good. I like it to think of maybe like a Rodney Dangerfield ending of a movie where he freezes. Like the picture doesn't freeze, he's just frozen, like, and they're kind of frozen in time.
Oh man, wild stuff as the GOP turns. Marshall, thank you.